Hello.
Hi guys.
We just wanted to have this relaxed conversation and share our experiences with the slowing down a little bit. Yeah, in the activities, life in general.
We were trying many stuff. We lived very different lives. We were all over the places and we were really living in a hurry. And at the end, we figured out that either we are getting older or we are just changing the values. So after the whole variety of things done, tried, filmed, worked in different fields, different areas, we are narrowing down to the few things that we really both like, enjoy, and appreciate. And also I can say that it actually we learned with the progress, we learned that there are some things in life that you have to put more value and that you have to take it slow.
I will tell my personal point of view in this one. We've been doing a lot of stuff with filmmaking and photography, and we did a lot of weddings and commercial work for stores or brands and that kind of stuff. And then you're getting more like selective with the things that you want to do. And then the wedding part was kind of in that category. It was like, it's great, you meet great people and then you see good stories and everything, and you can create stories for these people, which are great. You can learn how different people and different couples, they work differently depending on the area they are from, because we were doing a lot of international weddings. But in that way, it's like, I think it's time to slow down a little bit in that area, in that department. So we came to the point to okay, we're gonna just dedicate maybe an area of more like sharing
the knowledge
and also maybe to suggest things for people who are going to get married, and then we have some sort of a byproduct from the main company, which is basically we will leave the link down below, which is Dream and Marry, and this is more or less like us trying to provide I don't know, our experience through tips to what to do and what not, what the actual filmmaking, to be standing up for hours in a day, like really early morning till the evening, like running up and down, and then just sitting down for a whole week editing you editing the photos. I was editing films. It's just not anymore attractive, to my opinion.
Yeah, and it was good. I personally learned a lot. This running gun scenarios and improvisations and also planned shots and a lot of work in the computer. It brought a lot of nice, experiences in the photography and videography. But at some point, it's just like, I didn't feel it anymore, being there and doing all this thing and being physically and mentally also pretty demanding and pretty almost like a hangover vibe.
It is a stressful work, yeah?
Yes, it is. So whoever thinks that this is easy, they should try themselves.
Yeah, but one thing...
It's actually not slow living.
No, it's also, we have to mention that this is a good business. Doing weddings, it's very rewarding. You can really make a living out of it.
Yes.
But you need to have the energy and you have to be in your prime. Which in this case, we don't feel like we're not in our prime. I mean, we still have a lot of energy to do things, but that's not one of them.
Yeah. So actually the slowing down brought slowing down in many areas, not just the work. The working part moved to specific, more like home done and product link and lifestyle. Also the actually cutting down amount of time working, cutting down the amount of hours spent for specific things. We don't have travel to do a lot of hours of the work that we really enjoy, but some of the working was just not for that. So this was a pretty heavy decision, saying like, okay, what now and how, and basically replacing with things that make you feel good. At the end, it's rewarding and it helps and it's worth. So I would say that whoever doesn't feel anymore that it's enjoying what it's their work or how they do it, think about it, change something, and it's really, at the end, the result is way better.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to add before I forget, when we talk about slowing down, maybe you see it around the social media and everything when they talk about the slow living. In our case, this thing came very organic. It just came very like, I mean, it's time to, it's almost like, why do we have so many of these things where we can have just like cut them down to the half and be still good?
Actually, it's the word minimalism and decluttering and slow life. When you see it and when you hear it, especially when I was for the first time encountering these terms, I imagined like living with almost no items, with having just like really almost zero stuff. That's not how it works, It's just like you get rid of the things, clutter that you don't need, that you didn't use, that you will not use. And that's not meant just for physical stuff. It's also meant in all the areas, also the mental clutter,
that's what I think that's the main one. The main one comes from within. It's not like you can have, I don't know, as a trend, you can wear the same t-shirt. You can have 10 of the same t-shirts. I have a lot of the same t-shirts, but this is not, again, it's not a trend. This is more or less like a change of a lifestyle and mentality, which is like healthy mind in healthy body. I don't know how this thing goes, but
Yeah, and all this health, like healthy, this, it's not for me coming from a work that is linked to health. The health is one of the values that I think overall it's either overappreciated or underappreciated, which means like you have a bunch of channels and bunch of people coming with million ideas how to be healthy, what you have to do, how much you have to train, how much you have to eat healthy, like really very specific things, a lot of diets, a lot of supplements, a lot of extra things. And then you have people who really don't care about their health in like no way, they do everything opposite. And at the end, it's like the health for us is like that you are really feeling good in your skin, that you take care of your mental health, and this is really not pointed out in a way like, oh, you feel all the time great and happy. It's not like this. Life is like bringing a lot of stress and trouble, but if you know how to deal with it and how to relax and then move on and learn how to have good relationships, and that's where the health really shows. An easy life, slow life, enjoy in your own home, enjoy with your people, the ones that you really care about and they care about you. And not bother too much like, oh my God, I'm gonna eat a slice of pizza, now I'm gonna die, or I broke my rule or something. This is also, it's very linked to your...
don't become a fanatic, that's the only thing. But I wanted to ask you, from all the areas that we've been changing, which one is the hardest to change and to readapt?
I'm trying to think because, for example, I really like less things overall. I am very prone to minimal interiors, but like warm and kind of a cozy ones. So I don't have trouble with too many items to get rid of them. I actually prefer this. I was always known in my primary family as the one who is throwing things away, even the one that maybe somebody else was using or getting rid of them without any issues. Then it's the same with dresses and all these items. I came to a point that I'm using just few items, and this is also like kind of a fashion thing. It's like no trouble and clothing. Maybe the hardest part is like to cut the connections that they don't work well. This to me was the hardest part, to say no to people. Yes. Not with the items, not with the surroundings, not with perfumes. Perfumes I still have more than I think I would need.
More than a regular person, that's for sure.
Yes, I have them more. The cosmetics I use just for things, actually, for my face and all this. I actually am by nature more minimal as a person, so this is not a trouble. Maybe the perfumes are regarding the items are the hardest to declutter, and the other thing is, like I said, the mental clutter, to get rid of the unnecessary worries, unnecessary relations, and stress, and maybe the work, The amount of work is still a lot, and to declutter this with all the areas and aspects, I find it the most difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And you?
Well, mine, it's a little different. Mine, the hardest thing, the main one, it's probably the doing things. When I was saying before about the weddings, the technical part, not being actually in the wedding, but it's like the creative process, It's like, what am I going to get rid of this thing, and then what am I going to do again? This is in that part, the doing things.
Yeah.
And this is probably from people who are doing videos. Maybe you can agree. It's like, oh, this cable, I might use it next time. I will keep it in boxes and bags full of things. At some point, it's just like goodbye, Also, photos, images, paper photos. It's like, I was carrying albums of photos, Now I don't. I have few photos that I took from those photos on the phone, and if the phone got lost. They are in the head. I don't go into any of these. I'm a prisoner of things. This is something that I went radical, but it took a little bit to get to that point. It was just like, should I? Because I was looking at the things like, should I get rid of them? It's not that you go and burn them, but it's just like they are not relevant anymore as a physical item, as an object, right? And about the perfumes, it was a little challenging for me, but more like, it's always like, I might need this thing for making more videos later on.
Yeah.
I don't even wear half of the things that I have now that they are decluttered. I declutter a lot more than you declutter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And finally, it's about interaction with people. And this is like, again, in the commercial aspect or in the personal aspect, it's like you have something to do, something to contribute to anyone. And if that person is not taking it in consideration, and there is not like a healthy back and forth communication, then it's time to move on.
And it's actually the same in private relations and communications.
Absolutely.
Everything works easier and smoother when you really stop having mega expectations about like, oh my God, you have to go into yourself. And if you know that you are okay and you didn't want to damage no one and you are doing good things, then however people get you, it's on their side,
Yeah.
And they decide if they want to have specific relationships or not.
Yeah.
We are just like feeling way better when you stop like doing all this.
Depending on the
drama.
feedback from people. This is like, don't depend on the feedback from people. This will make you grow stronger, and it will give you a little bit more time to focus into the other things that I mean, I'm not saying that things are irrelevant. They have their own relevance, but if one doesn't work, you focus into another one. That's how it goes,
And have a purpose and some goal in your life.
That's about it.
This helps a lot. It's kind of like you cannot be all the time depending on a society, on other people's opinion. And I don't know, if you are capable and you have physical and mental health, then you should cherish this thing, and you have all the tools in your own hands and your own head, and you can do whatever you want in a way that you focus your energy on this, and at the end the results will come. It's not also like people think that this type of life, it's like a greedy type of life.
No.
It's actually vice versa. You can see that with buying less, but maybe more quality things, you overall maybe spend the same or even more money, but they last longer, they are more comfortable, you know where they origin from, and you appreciate the work behind it, and you don't change just by the trends. So what we are actually doing is like we are recognizing our own style that is not so dependent on a trend of this year. Yeah, it's good to know the trends, and you can spice it up maybe with some nice outfit or with some nice deco in the house. But overall, know yourself, dig into what you really like, because then when you will feel comfortable in your own skin, in your own environment, even if it's a very small room, you can actually take paint, or you can take a very cheap or like very home done things that they don't cost fortune, and you put like very nice and simple, and you will feel great. Pick well, think about it. If you are impulsive, like we are both we were very.
We were, yeah. Now we are not.
Yeah, no. We think twice. It's like, do I really need this thing? What do we need? And then you research, and you will really find things that they're on your like and your budget. And invest time and money into the things that you really care about, and they are useful and especially functional. If some people, they want to have a great, huge house, and they enjoy and like the thing, then they invest and they save the money for this. The others, they rather pay rent and they travel around, they enjoy the good food, they enjoy a good car. It's totally on your side. Don't be like all the time in this, oh my God, I have to do this because this is what society is expecting from me. No, listen to yourself and do the things the way your intuition is telling you and the way you enjoy the things.
Do you have any source that you were taking from, maybe on YouTube or any social media, that you maybe want to share, like that it's interesting to take a look?
I got familiar through Magda Vela with the term of minimalism. You were watching his YouTube, and then I started to check some videos of his, and I like the way he approached, and he was telling things and his mentality. And then I encountered a channel called Malama Life, that lady having a really nice, very cinematic videos, which to me they really represent a feeling of slow living and doing things in peace, and it's like the most mental health vibe that I get from the slow living channel. Then Joshua Baker, then the minimalists. It's interesting. Check all those channels, and you will see if it's the way you are or this is totally not for you.
Do you have any tips, like more in general, that people could maybe try just to see?
Check yourself. Are you feeling okay? Do you have anything that bothers you? Is it something like that you are in the constant of like changing something? Either your looks, your feeling, your environment. If you are in a constant rush and you never feel okay, I would advise that you sit down and you try to analyze what is it, Are you not satisfied, or not even satisfied, but is it something that is inside your head that is giving you trouble, and you would need to declutter this kind of stuff, either yourself, with a friend, with a family, or with a therapist. It's always good to look for help if you cannot deal yourself with the situation. Then check around and actually look, and maybe you think that you are not satisfied with yourself, but if you have like clutter, dirt, and if you have a really bad environment and you are the one responsible for it, not somebody else, and you are capable to clean the mess, to take the dirt out, to paint and to do minimal things, then do it and you will see. Maybe this was all the time something that made you feel like really bad. Or if you have, I don't know, too many things in the toilets I still have too many things even with not using, but I have, I don't know, 3 soaps. Do I really need 3 soaps there? And 2 extras? Probably not, like 2 are there as when they ran out, to take, no, go and get another one when it's there. So this kind of things, because then you look and it's everything packed, and I immediately feel stressed and I immediately feel like not comfortable. So this, and don't follow these trends of like, oh, healthy life is like if I don't run marathons, or if I don't take 10 pills in the morning and 10 pills in the evening for supplements and these vitamins and these minerals. Try to get the health from natural sources. Try to get the food that is raw with fibers, with enough of liquids, and buy local, eat seasonal, do light activities. The longevity is worldwide known to be linked to this type of a lifestyle, not like 100 years old people that they have a history of marathons and they have a history of million, I don't know, omega-3 pills, but they have fishes there on the table. You can get everything from natural sources and use them. And also be active all the time. Don't just be like, oh my God, if I don't get up at 4 in the morning and I go to the gym and do my, I don't know, like 2-hour cardio there, I'm gonna be very, I don't know, miserable and unhealthy. It's like, do activities through the whole day. Walk outside, use stairs, sit down on the floor and get up as much as possible. So yeah, that's mine. And what is your advice?
My advice is don't bother too much. Don't bother. Don't bother with people, don't bother with things. Just put the clear goal without a lot of, putting so much obstacles in front. Build this strength on you, you will be all right. You'll be all right. Everything else comes just whenever it comes.
When you start moving into one direction, automatically the other areas, they just, they are fixed on their own, or you see how to fix other areas easier. So it's really cool and it's helping. And we will also do, besides the videos and kind of tips, we'll also do some guidelines and digitals that will help you. And once they're done, we will give links so you can use them. Because it's myself, I'm a very visual type of a person.
You have a lot of these organizers and...
Yeah, it helps me, It's like, don't do everything at once. Have some schedule, or he's not a schedule person or not, No. But like some vision and some tips, when you see them and you look at them, it's way easier to do things. And then when you mark, like, okay, one thing checked, done, or if you just leave it behind, it's way easier and it gives you the push and energy to continue. And at the end, you reach the result, not even trying too hard,
Yep, we're gonna link our website down in the description. You can go and check it out. You can subscribe to our newsletter there. So whenever we're gonna put things up in the website, you're gonna get the notification. And we can have a conversation through there too. And that's about it, I think, for now.
Yeah, subscribe to our channel, like this video, share it around. We would appreciate your support. We can then easier produce more content. Follow us on the socials.
Yeah, it is important because now the next videos that we will put up, we're gonna try to get involved the audience. So in the socials, we're gonna maybe from time to time drop like a poll or something. We will collect maybe feedback from people, and so we're gonna ask some questions, and we're gonna be glad to share them here in our platform, and then so we can also spread your opinion with the audience, and we can create this nice conversation.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
See you.
Take care. See ya.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Ciao.